Have you ever stopped to think that the key to turning the biggest setbacks in your journey into great growth opportunities may have been revealed over 2 millennia ago? Imagine navigating the storms of existence with such intense serenity that nothing could disturb your inner tranquility. It almost sounds like a special gift, doesn't it? However, it's not just a daydream. This ancient superpower is timeless wisdom that is as useful today as it was in the bustling bazaars and grand marble halls of ancient Rome and Greece. Stoicism teaches us that although we cannot control every detail of our lives, we have complete control over how we choose to respond to them. In today's world, where uncertainty seems to be the only constant, these teachings can be the anchor many of us have been searching for. And what if I told you that Stoicism focuses more on action than mere reflection? It's about living a life full of meaning, resilience, and contentment, regardless of the challenges life throws our way. It's not about suppressing your feelings, but rather understanding and managing them to lead a richer and more satisfying life. So, whether you're someone dealing with daily wear and tear, facing hardships, or simply looking to find more satisfaction in the small things of everyday life, stick around. Today we're going to dive deep into Stoicism, unraveling its eternal wisdom, and discovering how it can transform not just our way of thinking, but also our way of being. And it's worth remembering that figures like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, famous Stoic philosophers, left us valuable legacies through their writings, which continue to inspire and guide people around the world. It's fascinating to see how such ancient ideas still resonate so strongly in our quest for balance and purpose. Without a doubt, Stoicism offers powerful tools to navigate the complexities of modernity with grace and courage. Have you ever stopped to think how regular reflection practice can transform your life? By dedicating a few minutes daily to revisit your actions and thoughts, you not only align with your deepest values, but also find a clearer path to personal growth. How about starting this practice today? Comment, "I am committed to my journey of self-discovery," and leave a like. By doing so, I'll make sure to give a heart to your comment because it shows you're truly committed to living your best version. Now that you've commented, let's continue. Focusing on what's under your control. Have you ever found yourself stuck in traffic, filled with anger because of the delay, or scrolling through your phone only to get upset by a negative comment someone left on your post? It happens to all of us. It seems our daily lives are filled with these small challenges, constantly testing our mood and peace of mind. But here's a perspective that can be a game changer, coming from Stoicism, which can turn all that frustration into something positive. Stoicism, this magnificent philosophy from ancient Greece and Rome, offers us this valuable tool, focusing on what is under our control. The renowned Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Reflect on this for a moment. Traffic, bad weather, negative comments, all these are beyond our control. We can't change them, no matter how much we wish to. What we can change, however, is how we react to them. This idea is not just ancient wisdom. It is also backed by modern psychology. Carl Jung, a prominent figure in psychology, famously stated, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." This fits perfectly with Stoic practice. It's about recognizing that the only real power we have is over our own reactions, thoughts, and actions. Let's break it down a bit. Imagine you're stuck in that traffic jam, late for an important meeting. You can spend that time boiling with anger, honking, and stressing out, which, let's be honest, won't make the cars in front move any faster. Or you can take a deep breath, accept the situation, and maybe use the time to listen to a podcast, an audiobook, or just enjoy some music. The traffic hasn't changed, but your response to it has. And with that change, your stress levels decrease and your day seems a bit brighter. This Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control extends far beyond just dealing with traffic or the weather. It applies to our personal goals, our reactions to others, and our approach to life's obstacles. As Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic thinker, reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So, The next time you find yourself annoyed by something outside your control, remember these wise words from our Stoic friends. Ask yourself, is this under my control? If it's not, let it go. Focus on your reaction, your mindset, and your actions. This simple shift can have a profound impact on your stress levels and overall happiness. It is not always easy, but it is worth practicing every day. Remember, it's about progress, not perfection. And as we learn to focus more on what is under our control, we will find ourselves not just surviving life's challenges, but thriving despite them. Stoicism teaches us the art of embracing obstacles as opportunities. It seems counterintuitive, right? Most of us are accustomed to seeing obstacles as just that, barriers to our success and happiness. But the Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, flip this narrative. They invite us to see each challenge as a chance to strengthen our resilience and develop a broader view of life. By embracing this philosophy, we can turn difficulties into stepping stones for our personal and spiritual growth. It reminds us that even in the most challenging situations, there is always a lesson to be learned and an opportunity to become a better version of ourselves. Embracing obstacles as opportunities, they teach us. When life surprises you with unexpected challenges, instead of asking, why me? Zrenia, što ja mogu vyučit od ego. This is a true change in perspective. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic thinker, wrote in his Meditations, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." What he means is that each obstacle, no matter how daunting, not only challenges our capacity for endurance, but also offers valuable lessons. It's about finding the silver lining in difficult situations and using it to fuel our personal and spiritual growth. This view is not only ancient wisdom, it's supported by contemporary thinkers as well. The renowned psychologist Carl Jung mentioned, "What you resist persists." When we fight against obstacles, we give them more power over us. However, by accepting and learning from them, we can overcome them. This Stoic mindset is about turning challenges into stepping stones to become stronger and wiser. Let's bring this to the real world. Imagine you're facing rejections in job applications. It's easy to fall into a cycle of self-pity and doubt. But what if you see each rejection as feedback? Maybe there's a skill that needs to be improved or a new approach to be adopted in your job search. This change in perspective can turn a series of rejections into a path of professional development. Another example is personal conflicts. They are uncomfortable and stressful, but they also offer an opportunity to practice patience, empathy, and communication skills. Each disagreement is a chance to understand different viewpoints and refine our conflict resolution skills. The essence of embracing obstacles as opportunities is in asking ourselves, what can this situation teach me? Instead of becoming passive victims of circumstances, we become active learners and problem solvers. This doesn't mean that facing obstacles becomes easy, but it means that we approach them with a mindset focused on growth and learning. Epictetus once reminded us, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is the heart of Stoicism. It's about seeing beyond the immediate pain or frustration of an obstacle and finding the lessons and opportunities it presents. So, when you're faced with a challenge, big or small, try to pause and reframe it. Ask yourself what you can learn from the situation and how it can make you stronger and wiser. Remember, obstacles are not just barriers to be overcome, they are opportunities to grow. By adopting this Stoic mindset, we can navigate the ups and downs of life with more grace, resilience, and wisdom. And let's remember that, over the centuries, many other thinkers and leaders have also found strength in this principle. Mahatma Gandhi, for example, used the challenges he faced as fuel to lead a nonviolent movement that changed the course of history. We can see that Stoic wisdom transcends cultures and times, offering a source of inner strength for those seeking to navigate life with purpose and clarity. It's something we hear all the time, isn't it? Live in the now, but what does it really mean, and why is it so significant? Being in the present moment is about fully embracing and experiencing where you are at this very instant, without letting your mind wander through the worries of tomorrow or the regrets of yesterday. It's about recognizing that life, with all its beauty, challenges, and surprises, happens in the now. This concept isn't new. It has been a foundation of Stoic philosophy, echoed by great minds like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, and it has been reaffirmed by modern psychologists and thinkers. Let's start with the Stoics. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment." He realized that the power of living in the present lies in its ability to anchor us, clear our minds of distractions, and allow us to appreciate the fullness of life as it unfolds. But why is it so challenging to remain present? Our minds are often filled with thoughts, worries about what's next, or reruns of things that have already happened. This constant mental noise pulls us away from the beauty and potential of the here and now. As the renowned psychologist Carl Jung put it, "The least of things with meaning is worth more in life than the greatest of things without it." Living in the present moment gives meaning to the small everyday experiences, enriching our lives beyond measure. Aristotle spoke about the importance of being attentive to the present to achieve eudaimonia, or a state of being happy, healthy, and prosperous. He believed that by focusing on the here and now, we could live a virtuous life, making the most of our human experience. So how can we practice living in the present? It begins with mindfulness, the art of being aware of the present moment without judgment. When you eat, savor each bite. When you walk, notice the sensation of the ground beneath your feet. Listen actively when someone is speaking to you, instead of planning what you're going to say next. These simple acts of mindfulness bring us back to the present, making our lives richer and more meaningful. Seneca offered this wisdom: true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. He understood that anxiety about what is to come or about what has already passed only serves to diminish our happiness in the now. Living in the present isn't about ignoring the future or forgetting the past. It's about finding a balance where we learn from our past and plan for our future, without letting these activities consume our present. It's in this balance that we find peace and contentment. Remember, every moment is an opportunity to restart and focus on the now. It's in the present that we live, love, and create memories. So let's make a conscious effort to be more present in our lives. Let's cherish the now, for it is in this moment right here that life truly happens. And as we reflect on this, we can observe that various modern practices, such as meditation and mindfulness, seek to help us cultivate this presence in the now. These practices teach us to calm the mind and focus on what truly matters, allowing each moment to become a learning and growth experience. Thus, by incorporating these practices into our daily lives, we can find more balance and serenity amid the fast pace of the modern world. I understand that the word self-discipline might evoke images of rigid schedules and a joyless life, but let's redraw that image together. Self-discipline is not about restricting your life. It's about empowering yourself to make choices that align with your deepest values and long-term aspirations. It's about choosing what is right for you rather than what's easiest at the moment. At its core, building self-discipline is about having control over ourselves. It's about saying yes to the things that benefit us and no to those that don't serve us, even when it's challenging. Think about it. Whether it's maintaining an exercise routine, saving money instead of indulging in impulse purchases, or turning off the television to focus on a project, these choices may not offer immediate gratification, but they pave the way for long-term contentment and success. Stoic philosophy has much to say about self-discipline. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic thinker, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This powerful statement highlights the essence of self-discipline. It's about controlling our impulses, emotions, and actions despite the temptations and distractions that life presents. Seneca also offers wisdom on the subject. He advises us to be firm and to control our desires, rather than being dominated by them. He understood that true freedom comes from within, from our ability to govern ourselves and our appetites. But why is self-discipline so crucial? Aristotle, the ancient Greek philosopher, enlightens us on this. He believed that we achieve excellence and virtue through habit. By practicing self-discipline, we cultivate habits that lead us toward our best selves. It's not about sporadic acts of willpower, but about making consistent choices that reflect our values and goals. Building self-discipline is also linked to modern psychological understanding. Carl Jung, a pioneer in psychology, highlighted the importance of integrating all aspects of our personality to live fully. This integration requires self-discipline, as we must navigate the desires of different parts of our psyche, choosing paths that contribute to our overall well-being and growth. So, how can we cultivate self-discipline in our daily lives? Start small. Choose an area you want to improve, whether it's your diet, exercise routine, or spending habits. Set clear and achievable goals and take it one day at a time. Remember, every time you make a choice that aligns with your goals, you're building the muscle of self-discipline. Epictetus reminds us, no great thing is created suddenly. Self-discipline is built through small, consistent actions. It's about progress, not perfection. Every day presents new opportunities to practice self-discipline, to choose actions that bring us closer to who we want to be. Building self-discipline is a journey. It's about finding a balance between what we want now and what we want most. It's about making choices that may be hard in the moment, but bring us closer to our goals, happiness, and peace in the long run. So let's commit to this journey together, supporting each other in choosing what's right, not what's easy. Remember, in the realm of self-discipline lies the path to achieving our dreams and living a life we truly love. And along this journey, we can draw inspiration from stories of people who, through self-discipline, have transformed their lives. Think of athletes who, with daily dedication, win Olympic medals, or writers who, with a little writing every day, create literary masterpieces. These stories show us that self-discipline not only opens doors, but also helps us live a life rich in meaning and achievement. When life surprises us with its twists and turns, we all go through a whirlwind of feelings. Feeling anger, sadness, or frustration is a natural part of being human. But here's the crucial point. It's not just about the emotions we experience, but how we handle them. This is where the magic of emotional resilience comes in. Emotional resilience is like a superpower that allows us to weather life's storms with grace and emerge stronger on the other side. It's about recognizing our emotions, understanding them, and then taking positive steps to move forward, rather than being swept away by the tide of our feelings. The Stoics offered many teachings on this. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This profound insight touches on the essence of emotional resilience. It's about recognizing that while we can't control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. Our emotions don't need to dictate our actions. Seneca offers wisdom on facing difficulties without losing composure. He teaches that life's challenges are tests of our character and resilience. By facing our feelings with understanding and patience, we can become wiser and more robust. But how do we develop this emotional resilience? It all starts with self-awareness. Being mindful of our emotions and reactions helps us better understand ourselves. It's normal to feel what we're feeling, but instead of reacting impulsively, we can choose to respond in a way that aligns with our values and long-term well-being. Aristotle spoke about the golden mean, finding balance between excess and deficiency. This concept applies perfectly to emotional resilience. It's about finding a balanced response to our emotions, not suppressing them or letting them dominate us. Carl Jung, a pioneer in psychology, emphasized the importance of integrating all aspects of our psyche to achieve wholeness. Part of this process involves confronting our emotions, understanding them, and learning from them. This is at the heart of developing emotional resilience. So what can you do when you're in the throes of strong emotions? First, give yourself permission to feel. Acknowledge your emotions without judgment. Then, take a step back and try to understand what triggered these feelings. This reflection can provide valuable insights into your emotional patterns and triggers. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is a powerful reminder that our reactions to our emotions can shape our experiences. Instead of being reactive, we can choose to respond in a way that is constructive and healing. Developing emotional resilience is a journey. It involves practicing mindfulness, self-reflection, and patience. It's about building a set of coping strategies like journaling, talking to a trusted friend, or practicing relaxation techniques. Most importantly, it's about treating yourself with kindness and compassion as you navigate your emotions. Emotional resilience isn't about never feeling negative emotions. It's about learning to surf the waves of those emotions with grace and coming out the other side stronger and more self-aware. By developing emotional resilience, we empower ourselves to face life's challenges with courage and balance. Let's embrace this journey together, supporting each other in becoming more emotionally resilient and ultimately living a fuller life. And along this journey, we can find inspiration in stories of people who have demonstrated incredible emotional resilience in the face of adversity. Think of historical figures who, despite facing monumental challenges, managed to turn their experiences into sources of learning and growth. These stories remind us that no matter the storms we face, there is always the possibility of emerging stronger and wiser. The Stoics, including great thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, used this concept not to instill fear, but to inspire a deeper appreciation of each moment. They believed that by keeping the inevitability of death in mind, we would be able to live more fully, consciously, and gratefully in the present. Marcus Aurelius, in his meditations, often reflected on the transience of life, encouraging us to live in a way that is true to our values and to make the most of the time we have. He wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." This isn't about being morbid, it's a call to action, a reminder to focus on what truly matters. For the Stoics, remembering the finitude of life wasn't an invitation to despair, but rather an invitation to clarity and priority. By recognizing that our time is limited, we are encouraged to spend our energy on things that truly matter, cultivating meaningful relationships, seeking knowledge, and acting according to our principles. Seneca, in his letters, also emphasized that life is long enough if lived wisely, and that wasting time is one of the greatest losses. Epictetus, on the other hand, reminded us that by accepting the fleeting nature of life, we can free ourselves from trivial worries and find inner peace. After all, when we realize that each moment is precious and unrepeatable, our perspective on what truly matters transforms. Instead of getting lost in distractions or petty conflicts, we begin to value more the experiences and connections that enrich our existence. This Stoic philosophy invites us to live with intention, to be conscious of the choices we make, and to embrace the present with gratitude. It's not about living with fear of the end, but about living with a clear purpose and the awareness that each day is an opportunity to be true to ourselves and others. By adopting this view, we can find a new depth and meaning in our daily lives, appreciating what we have and who we are here and now. Memento Mori. Remember that you will die, letting go of petty worries and living with purpose and integrity. Seneca also spoke about the brevity of life, urging us not to waste time on trivialities, but to focus on creating a meaningful existence. He believed that being aware of death encourages us to live more wisely and to value our relationships and experiences. Epictetus emphasized the importance of focusing on the present and making the best use of our time. By remembering that we won't live forever, we are more likely to live ethically and appreciate the beauty and richness of life. But how can we incorporate Memento Mori into our own lives without it feeling like a dark cloud hanging over us? It starts with a shift in perspective. Instead of viewing the awareness of death as something fearful, we can see it as a powerful motivator to live our lives to the fullest. It's about embracing the present, not putting off our dreams or happiness for an indefinite future that is not guaranteed. Think of the things you've been putting off. Maybe it's pursuing a passion, reconnecting with loved ones, or simply taking the time to appreciate the small joys of daily life. Memento Mori reminds us not to take our time for granted. It encourages us to live more authentically, to say what we mean, to love openly, and to be present in our lives. This concept also teaches us to appreciate life's impermanence, which in turn deepens our gratitude for the moments we have. When we remember that our time is limited, we are more likely to value our experiences, live more consciously, and express our gratitude for the people and moments that enrich our lives. So let's use Memento Mori not as a source of fear, but as a catalyst for growth, gratitude, and a deeper appreciation of life. Let it remind us to make choices that align with our deepest values, to cherish our relationships, and to savor the beauty of the present moment. Remembering that one day we will die encourages us to live more fully today. By embracing Memento Mori, we find a powerful reminder to live, not in fear of death, but in celebration of life. Let's make every moment count, not because we fear its end, but because we are in love with life itself. Let's live in such a way that, when our time comes, we can look back without regrets, knowing that we lived fully, loved deeply, and appreciated the incredible journey that is life. It's fascinating how such a simple concept can have a profound impact on our lives. It's about shifting our focus to what we have, rather than concentrating on what we're losing. This practice can be a real game changer, especially on those days that feel like a tough battle. The Stoics, wise as they were, had much to say about gratitude. They believed that happiness doesn't come from having more, but from appreciating what we already have. Marcus Aurelius frequently wrote about the importance of focusing on the present and finding joy in simple things. He said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This is gratitude in its purest form, acknowledging the value of life itself and the many gifts it offers us each day. And as we adopt this practice, we can also remember that life is made up of fleeting moments, and that each experience, no matter how simple, contributes to the rich and complex tapestry of our lives. Like a flower that blooms only for a brief moment, life invites us to observe and appreciate its beauty while we can. Thus, by remembering our mortality, we are gently nudged into a state of full presence, where every smile, every sunset, and every conversation become treasures to be cherished in the heart. Practicing gratitude. Seneca warned us about how our incessant desires can lead us astray, always seeking more and never finding true satisfaction. He suggested that by focusing on what we already have and realizing that the best things in life are within our reach, we can find genuine contentment. Epictetus, with his practical approach to Stoic philosophy, encouraged his followers to value their current circumstances, no matter what they were. He believed that by accepting and finding value in our present situation, we could live a fuller life. But how do we practice gratitude, especially when life challenges us? It starts with building a daily habit. Every morning or evening, take a moment to reflect on 3 things you're grateful for. It can be as simple as a warm cup of coffee, a conversation with a friend, or the beauty of a sunset. This practice helps reprogram our minds to focus on the positive, improving our mood and overall outlook on life. Gratitude also involves embracing challenges and finding lessons within them. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" Zrenia my mojem sprosit, što ja mogu vyučit od etogo. This change in perspective can help us value our experiences, both good and bad, as valuable steps on our journey. Moreover, practicing gratitude helps us build stronger connections with others. By expressing appreciation for the people in our lives, we not only brighten their day, but also strengthen our relationships. A simple thank you can make a big difference by showing someone they are valued and loved. Aristotle spoke about the importance of recognizing the good in our lives and striving for a virtuous life. He believed that gratitude was an essential part of achieving eudaimonia, or true happiness, as it allows us to appreciate the goodness around us and within ourselves. Modern psychology also supports the benefits of gratitude. Studies show that people who practice gratitude regularly experience less anxiety, sleep better, and have a more positive outlook on life. It's like Carl Jung said, the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. By acknowledging and being grateful for the full spectrum of our experiences, we find a deeper and more authentic form of happiness. So let's make gratitude a cornerstone of our daily lives. Let's celebrate small victories, cherish moments of connection, and find joy in simple pleasures. By focusing on what we have, not on what we're losing, we can cultivate a sense of abundance and happiness that shines from within. Remember, It's not happiness that brings gratitude. It's gratitude that brings happiness. Let's fill our half-full glasses, raise them high, and toast to the beauty of gratitude in our lives. Here's to finding the silver lining, even on the cloudiest days. The Stoics had a profound understanding of personal excellence. They believed that excellence, or virtue, is the only good, and that everything we do should aim to live a virtuous life. Marcus Aurelius, for example, is a perfect example of someone who sought personal excellence. He reminded us, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. This simple yet powerful statement encapsulates the essence of personal excellence. It's about embodying the values we admire and striving to live by them every day. And as we reflect on gratitude and the pursuit of virtue, we can remember that each day is a new opportunity to grow and learn. Just like a plant that turns toward the sun, we too can lean toward the light, nurturing our hearts with gratitude and our actions with integrity. In this way, gratitude is not just a practice, but a way of life that leads us to a richer and more meaningful existence. Focusing on personal excellence, Seneca emphasized the importance of self-improvement and continuous learning. He encouraged us to live according to nature and reason, suggesting that true excellence comes from within and is reflected in our daily actions and choices. Epictetus underscored the role of personal responsibility in the pursuit of excellence. He taught that our reactions, emotions, and willpower are under our control, and mastering them is the key to living a virtuous life. But how can we focus on personal excellence in our daily lives? It starts with setting personal standards that align with our values and aspirations, not with social expectations or others' achievements. It's about knowing who we are, understanding our strengths and weaknesses, and taking consistent steps toward improvement. Personal excellence also involves resilience. How we respond to setbacks and failures is just as important as how we celebrate our successes. Aristotle said, "Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny." This means seeing challenges as opportunities for learning and growth, rather than obstacles. Furthermore, focusing on personal excellence requires cultivating a growth mindset, a concept widely recognized in modern psychology. It's the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed with dedication and hard work. This mindset encourages us to embrace challenges, persist in the face of difficulties, and see effort as a pathway to mastery. Living authentically is another facet of personal excellence. It's about being true to ourselves and our values, even when it becomes challenging. It's making choices that reflect who we are and who we wish to be, and taking pride in our journey, with all its struggles and triumphs. Practicing gratitude, as discussed earlier, is also closely linked to personal excellence. By valuing what we have and where we are in our journey, we cultivate a positive perspective that supports our growth and well-being. So let's commit to focusing on personal excellence. Let's set our own standards, embrace our unique paths, and take pride in our progress. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being proud of who we are and how we live. It's about celebrating our efforts, learning from our experiences, and always striving to be the best versions of ourselves. Together, let's make personal excellence not just a goal, but a way of life. In a world saturated with social media, where likes, followers, and comments often dictate our self-worth, it's easy to fall into the trap of evaluating ourselves through the opinions of others. But here's a liberating truth. Your worth isn't based on external validation. It's about being true to yourself, embracing your authenticity, and living in alignment with your values. The Stoics, these ancient philosophers to whom we continue to turn for timeless wisdom, had much to say about this. They taught us that our inner peace and freedom come from focusing on what is under our control, our actions, our thoughts, our integrity, not the fickle opinions of others. And as we focus on our personal excellence, we can also draw inspiration from contemporary figures who, with courage and dedication, have paved authentic and meaningful paths, showing us that true fulfillment comes from living in harmony with our inner truth. Thus, we can remind ourselves daily that the pursuit of excellence is, above all, a journey of self-discovery and continuous growth. Not caring about what others think, Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, "I have often wondered how it is that every man loves himself more than all others, but yet assigns less value to his own opinion of himself than to the opinion of others." This reflection highlights a common paradox. We value others' judgments more than our own self-assessment. Seneca reinforced this idea by emphasizing the importance of living an authentic life, not guided by others' expectations or approval. He believed that true satisfaction comes from within, from living in harmony with our principles and values. Epictetus taught that worrying about others' opinions is beyond our control and therefore doesn't deserve our energy. He encouraged us to focus on our own actions and live virtuously, for that is where our true power lies. So how can we begin to care less about what others think and more about being true to ourselves? First, it's crucial to understand that you are the author of your own story. You have the power to define your worth, not society, not your social media followers, nor the people around you. It's about grounding your self-esteem in who you are, the values you stand for, the kindness you spread, and the effort you put into being your best self. Second, practice self-reflection. Ask yourself, whose life am I living? Am I making choices based on my desires, or am I trying to fit into someone else's mold? Reflecting on these questions can help realign your actions with your true self. Third, embrace vulnerability. Being true to yourself means being open about your flaws and all, understanding that perfection is an illusion. It's okay to be a work in progress, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. This authenticity attracts the right people into your life, those who appreciate the real you. Additionally, remember the words of Aristotle, who spoke about the golden mean, finding balance in life. Applying this to our concern with others' opinions, it's about finding a healthy balance between considering constructive feedback and maintaining our autonomy and self-worth. Incorporating a Stoic mindset into our lives means understanding that our worth is determined by our virtues, our actions, and our commitment to living a meaningful life, not by external praise or approval. It's about building a strong inner fortress that remains unshaken by others' fleeting opinions. Let's commit to valuing ourselves for who we truly are, not by the likes, followers, or approval we receive. Let's be brave in our authenticity, living lives that resonate with our deepest truths. Remember, your worth is inherent and unique, and by being true to yourself, you shine your light in the most genuine way possible. Let's not just navigate life, but thrive in it, with the confidence that comes from knowing we are living authentically, aligned with our values, and true to ourselves. And when it comes to accepting change, it's vital for our growth and happiness. The only constant in life is change. Learning to go with the flow and embrace inevitable changes makes navigating them less daunting and more of an adventure. The Stoics had an incredibly healthy view of change. They saw it as a natural part of the universe's rhythm. Marcus Aurelius said, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs?" This deep acceptance of change as part of life's fabric helps us understand that every change, whether perceived as good or bad, has its place in our story, shaping us to be more resilient and adaptable. Accepting change, Seneca taught us that if we become overly attached to our current circumstances, we may end up disappointed, because inevitably those circumstances will change. He advised us to be flexible and understand that change is not just a part of life, but an essential component of our personal development and happiness. Epictetus encouraged us to discern between what we can control and what we cannot. He highlighted that while we cannot control external events, we can control our attitudes toward them. This mindset is incredibly empowering when it comes to dealing with change. It's about focusing on our responses, finding the growth opportunities within change, and moving forward with resilience. But how can we become more accepting of change? First, by recognizing that change is inevitable. It's the natural order of things. Everything around us is in a constant state of flux. The seasons change, people come and go, and our own selves are renewing as we speak. Embracing change means embracing life itself. Second, by practicing mindfulness. Being present in the moment allows us to appreciate our current experiences without clinging to them. This awareness creates space for acceptance when those experiences inevitably evolve or come to an end. Third, by seeking the lessons in change. Every change in our lives, no matter how challenging, comes with opportunities to learn and grow. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" Zrenia, my mojem sprosit, što ia mogu vjuchit od etogo. This shift in perspective can transform the challenges of change into stepping stones for personal development. Aristotle spoke about the importance of seeking a virtuous life as the key to happiness. Part of virtue is adaptability, the ability to navigate life's changes with grace and wisdom. It's about finding balance and harmony within the flow of life. Modern psychology supports this Stoic approach to change. Seeing change as an opportunity rather than a threat can significantly reduce our stress and anxiety levels. It can increase our resilience, making us better equipped to handle whatever life throws our way. Let's remember that change is not just something to endure, but to welcome as a natural and enriching part of our journey. By accepting change, we open ourselves to new experiences, growth, and the beautiful unfolding of our unique paths in life. Remember, going with the flow isn't about passivity. It's about actively engaging with life in all its dynamic complexity. Let's navigate the currents of change with courage, grace, and an open heart to the infinite possibilities that change brings. And as we do so, we can also nurture an attitude of compassion and empathy toward ourselves and others. The Stoics, despite their differences in time and context, understood that kindness and mutual understanding are fundamental to a fulfilling life. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that as social beings, we are all connected. By practicing empathy and compassion, we not only strengthen our relationships, but also make the world a kinder and more loving place. Let's together spread kindness and create waves of compassion that transform the world, one act of empathy at a time. Reflecting and reviewing regularly. This practice is about taking a true and meaningful pause to look back on our actions, thoughts, and the paths we've walked. It's about growth, introspection, and aligning our lives with our deepest values. In a world that's always rapidly moving forward, this practice is our anchor, ensuring we're not just being carried by the current, but navigating in the direction that's true to us. The Stoics, with their profound insights into human nature, placed immense value on the practice of reflection. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, offered a model of this practice. He not only ruled an empire, but also took time to examine his life, his decisions, and his moral compass through writing. He saw this reflection as essential to living a life of virtue and purpose. "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts," he wrote, reminding us that our internal dialogue shapes our external reality. Seneca recommended regular self-assessment as a path to self-improvement and wisdom. He compared life to a play, suggesting that we periodically review our roles and performances. Are we acting in harmony with the character we wish to embody? Do our actions reflect the script we value, the script of our lives? Epictetus encouraged his students to end each day with a review of their actions and attitudes. This wasn't about self-criticism, but about self-awareness and growth. He urged us to ask ourselves, what did I do well? What did I do wrong? What duties did I leave undone? Through such questions, we can lead our lives more consciously, making adjustments that bring us closer to our ideals. Incorporating this practice of regular reflection into our lives can help us better understand our patterns, identify areas for improvement, and celebrate our progress. It's an opportunity to reconnect with our goals and values, ensuring that we're living authentically and meaningfully. Additionally, it can help us find clarity in times of uncertainty, giving us the ability to make more informed and aligned choices with who we truly are. By reflecting and reviewing, we can also cultivate an attitude of gratitude for the experiences and lessons we've encountered along the way. This allows us to honor both the victories and the challenges that have shaped our journey, recognizing that each step brings us closer to our true essence. So, let's commit to taking time regularly to reflect on our lives, ensuring we're on the right path and living according to our deepest values. This practice is not only a powerful tool for personal growth, but also a source of inner peace and lasting satisfaction. Incorporating the Stoic practice of reflection and review into our modern lives can be a powerful path to personal growth and clarity. Here are some ways to do this. First, turn this practice into a habit. Dedicate a few minutes each day, perhaps before bed, to reflect on your day. What were your victories? Where did you face challenges, and how did you respond to them? This practice can start as a mental exercise, but writing it down can enhance its benefits, providing a tangible record of your journey. Second, use reflection as a tool for gratitude. As you review your day, also note the moments, no matter how small, that brought joy or gratitude. This balances our natural tendency to focus on the negative, cultivating a more positive perspective on life. Third, approach this practice with kindness and compassion toward yourself. Reflection is not about berating yourself for mistakes, but about recognizing them as opportunities for learning and growth. Be as understanding and supportive of yourself as you would be with a dear friend. Aristotle spoke about the importance of living a reflective life. He believed that true wisdom comes from understanding ourselves, our actions, and our place in the world. This reflection is the essence of living an examined life, one that is in accordance with virtue and excellence. In modern psychology, the benefits of regular reflection are well documented, showing improvements in mental health, clarity of purpose, and personal growth. Reflecting on our experiences helps us process emotions, learn from our actions, and make more informed decisions in the future. Let's commit to this practice of reflecting and reviewing regularly. Let it be our guide, ensuring that we're not just passively experiencing life, but actively shaping it according to our values. By taking time to look back, we gain the insight needed to move forward more aligned, more aware, and more in tune with the essence of who we are and who we aspire to be. And as we engage in this practice, we can also remind ourselves that life is a continuous journey of learning and growth. Each reflection offers us the chance to reconnect with our deepest goals and adjust our course as needed. Thus, we can navigate life with more intention and purpose, always striving to be the best version of ourselves. Let's cherish this journey of introspection, for it is through knowing ourselves that we find the path to true fulfillment and joy. Each of these lessons from Stoicism is not just ancient wisdom. They are life hacks that can help us manage stress, make better decisions, and find peace in chaos. Remember, it's not the challenges along the way that define us, but the strength we find in facing them, the wisdom we gather, and the compassion we share. Each step, each reflection, each act of kindness is a stroke in the canvas that is your life. So let's not just exist, but live vibrantly, with purpose and authenticity. It's incredible how incorporating the practice of regular reflection and review can truly transform our personal journey, bringing us valuable insights and alignment with our values. If you're committed to this path of self-discovery and growth, leave a comment saying, "I am committed to my journey of reflection and growth." I would love to see your determination and, of course, ensure a special heart for you. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take the opportunity now and leave your like to keep receiving content that inspires personal transformation. On the screen, I'm leaving 2 video recommendations that you'll love. Choose one and start watching now.